So thanks for tuning in to today's podcast for Engage the Change. This platform is designed to give young people an opportunity to, have a voice basically. Today, we've got an interesting young person here who's kind of done a lot. He's got a lot to say. So it should be an interesting watch. So once again, just thank you for supporting, what we're trying to do. We're trying to make some positive changes and help those young people, just have a voice. So, how's it going?
Evening, you alright?
Yeah, very well, man. So how are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you.
Cool. So do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Louis. I'm 27. I think,
Wow.
27. I've known you for like 8 years, I think.
Yeah, for quite a while. Yeah, so it's been a journey. So basically, the purpose is today, it's about. So we've been running different podcasts with different young people who have been involved in the system in different ways. And it's just about trying to get some feedback, hearing a little bit about your story, and also hearing what's worked.
Yeah.
I hope that others can maybe take something from that.
Yeah, sweet. I mean, again, I think I met you like 8 years ago when I left college.
So what was kind of college and school like for you? Like if you start from, say, secondary school, some of the young people, maybe like some young people might be, on part-time timetables and struggling at school. And I want to know if this was something what was maybe happening back when you were going to school.
Crikey, I've got to think back years now. Making me feel old. No, I didn't like school from, when I started going to school. My mum had to come and pick me up from reception because I'd refused to do anything. And then that kind of went through to junior school and then kind of got worse as we went to like secondary school. Okay. So secondary school was when I started getting bullied. So from the moment I kind of started secondary school to the moment I left sixth form.
Well, you just was being bullied the whole time?
Consistently, more or less every day.
How did that?
Not great, but I've, found a way of like dealing with it, and that was through humour and just kind of making the jokes before they did, so that they'd have the reaction to
desensitize it.
Yeah.
So what was like? You've got teachers, and what were they like? Were they
useless? They'd blame me half the time. I'd have like meetings with mum and teachers, and they'd be like, maybe it's just the wrong place at the wrong time. I'm like, no, they're not. Not every day for...
Yeah, it can't always be me.
No, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, so year 7, year 8, year 9, year 10, 11, and then through
so you've done well though. You managed to stick it through.
Yeah.
And stay at school for the whole duration, which is good. So then, so you've had that. So the experience at school, not ideal because of kind of bullying.
Yeah.
So then when you've come to kind of leaving school, did you go into like a college or what?
So I went to Hove Park sixth form after I left Hove Park, which probably was a mistake. It was the same atmosphere, same surroundings, same people. So I think now I probably should have moved on to somewhere else, but because I knew everyone, I kind of thought the best place. Yeah.
So do you feel like you being at Hove Park, obviously that didn't necessarily work out for you.
Yeah.
When did things start to kind of, go the right way?
Probably when I left Hove Park, so I left Hove Park to go to City College in Whitehawk. That didn't work out either. So then after that, I went to the Amex and did my maths and English and stuff there. And the guys there were very helpful.
So with that though, that's obviously something so you've done the bits at the Amex.
Yeah.
But you're like a keen baller, right?
Yeah.
So talk about that.
So I played for Brighton, but I think they're now called AITs. No, not now, are they? What are they called now?
Brighton and Hove Foundation.
Brighton Hove Albion Foundation now. I was there, started there when I was 14, I think.
Okay.
Back then it was called Albion in the Community.
Albion in the Community.
Yeah. So I started there at the King Alfred, playing football in one of the sports halls. I was there for a couple of months and then had heart surgery. And was out for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months maybe. But then went back straight afterwards.
You done well though to come back, and like, I remember young people. You were like the CP Neymar, like
Yeah.
you know, there was young people, you know, they
Yeah.
highly rated, right?
Yeah. So I started CP football when I was 18.
Do you want to tell, just for those who don't know, what that is?
Oh yeah, cerebral palsy. So one side of my body doesn't work properly. So yeah, I started that when I was 18. One of the first ones, just to start going when it got set up. And I was there for, oh crikey, well, since I stopped in October last year.
Okay, right. So you've been there for,
Yeah.
And to be fair, when like the guys used to play football, guys and girls used to play football together. Like he was one of the stars. To be fair, you know.
Cheers.
I
Yeah.
don't know, but you know, he wouldn't have. I mean, I like to think everybody kind of got involved.
Yeah.
And like you got it as good as you gave it.
Yeah.
And I feel like it worked well. And
Yeah, I mean, I was very lucky that I managed to get to go to a couple of England trials,
nice.
which was quite cool. Very hard, obviously, it's a step up from league football. But that was probably again one of the best experiences.
But that was obviously. Remember us saying off camera that was difficult because it wasn't physical.
Yeah.
Some of the people you're playing against.
Yeah, they had the mental side of
it. So obviously when it's coming against yourself, there's physicals. That was obviously.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, no, that was very tricky. The technical side of it was, I was alright with that. It was just, you know, people knocking
But that's
me off the
changed
ball.
now, though, right?
Yes, I believe that they've got, or it's either happening or it's happened, different categories.
That's good.
Now.
That's good.
So yeah, it's a shame it didn't happen.
Yeah, because you probably would have been in the Olympics or something.
Well,
right?
you know, on BT Sport or TNT Sport now. So,
yeah, nice.
But yeah, no, it was, you know, experiences, and I think that helped me in everything really. So
cool.
It was,
so with that, because I remember obviously your journey going through like college, employability, maths, English, education, and I remember a couple of times where you were a little bit like weren't sure about kind of coaching and even your England trials and that. I know who helped you with who gave you that belief?
you and Mike.
Nah, Mike can take credit for that one.
No, honestly, you guys during that period at the Amex were brilliant. I don't think I would have done my coaching because I wouldn't say maybe brave enough to go and seek it out myself, whereas I knew I had you guys that, you know, had my back to.
Is that what was that? Because you felt like empowered and supported, so that you could
I think I just knew that you guys had my back. So if I needed something or someone to talk to, you were there. If I wasn't sure of it, I think at one point you or Mike came to one of the coaching sessions that I did at the Amex.
Yeah, I recall that, to kind of like offer you kind of support that we're here, like we believe in you type thing. I mean, and the reason I kind of mention that because I feel like what you're saying, that's quite powerful, because I think there's a lot of young people who might not necessarily think that they're able to achieve certain things, but they need to have people around them who believe in them.
Yeah.
Just to kind of help them and give them that nudge in the right way.
Yeah.
And I've always been an advocate for that because, I go around and speak to loads of young people now, like seeing yourself how well you're doing. Like, you're flying, and that's good.
Yeah.
You know, but that's credit to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you have to give yourself a pat on the back for that.
Yeah. No, I think I've definitely, from where I was when I left school and college to now, I'm a completely different person. And that again, that is down to people that have helped me along the way, whether it's been you guys or friends, family,
just everyone.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, you're here on like this podcast, on this platform, sharing your story. Like, what are you hoping, like, from sharing?
School isn't everything. I don't think. Obviously,
Oh,
go
be
to
careful
school
what you're saying
is
to these young
important.
people.
No, but you know, if you have help, school isn't. If you don't do well in school, it's not, the end. You can. I've done alright for myself. But you've got to find something that you're passionate about doing, and go for it.
That's powerful because I mean, if it doesn't feel like it's work,
Exactly.
then it's enjoyable,
Yeah.
and then you don't mind doing it.
But do stay in kids' school. Stay in kids' school.
Okay, so thinking back about kind of the education and how that worked, what worked well?
I think it was the fact it wasn't a school environment, and it was very chill, relaxed. We were all there for the same, or for a very similar reason. It wasn't like we were stuck in a classroom. And it was just chilled, had a bit of a laugh, food.
Food always helps.
Food, brilliant.
I mean,
yeah,
I suppose if a lot of young people when they go to school and they're not fed, like can't concentrate. So
no.
food, given the opportunity to like, how were you treated though?
Well, like an adult, really. School is very. I think.
How dare you?
Yeah. I didn't felt like I'd been like disciplined and obviously if someone did something wrong, they'd have a word with them, but it wasn't anything like school.
When I get stood up and like embarrassed or like given detention, and I understand that there has to be an element of discipline in school, so I'm not taking anything away from schools. I just think sometimes that some young people are a lot more grown up and they'll just tell the teacher to piss off. No, and if you talk to people on a level of respect,
exactly.
mate, you're hoping to get respect back.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was all positive. What else? What was a day like in your the program you were doing? What did a day look like?
Oh crikey, that was years ago now. Get there, say hello to the people there. Have a bit of a laugh. Talk about what we're going to get up to. Then it would just be pretty chilled, get on with it.
Yeah.
And then take breaks, probably go and play football as well at some point.
So it was just like a mix.
But it was a good mixture of doing work, but also having time to chill and relax. And it wasn't like a formal environment.
Yeah, so just more kind of like chilled and stuff. Yeah. So you feel that's something which has worked in the past for you, and you feel like that could be something which would be beneficial for young people. Because what was the age groups as well? Wasn't there like younger guys there, older?
I think so.
A few school age young people there as well. If I remember rightly.
I think we had quite a few school ones,
and everybody was just trying to like treat everybody the same. Yeah. Oh, cool. So all right. So what are you doing now? So I remember you were a bit of a baker, right, as well?
Yeah, so I not multi-talented. No, I can make cakes if you want one. I don't do that anymore. Where my mum worked for that, she doesn't do that anymore.
Okay, but what was you doing before? Because I remember that was your little side hustle.
Yeah, so that was Louis Loaves.
Louis Loaves, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So I'd make like lemon drizzle cakes, Victoria sponge, like Victoria cake, and coffee and walnut.
Nice.
Carrot
lemon
cake.
drizzle was good, yeah. But where did you sell them?
Oh, where did I sell them? Oh, Sussex Prairies. Unfortunately, I don't think they're a thing anymore.
Okay. It's like garden centres and stuff.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, like a massive, like garden and stuff.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that something you do like to in your spare time to be all chilled out?
I mainly make cakes for friends now, to be fair.
Nice.
Yeah. So if you want to whack in an order, I'll do mates rates.
All good. So is there anything else? I mean, if you could, I don't know. Hopefully, this is going to go out to like loads of people, young people. I don't know if there was a message or anything you wanted to give to any of them, or any motivation or anything you'd like to say.
Don't let people say you can't do anything. Because that's what I was told a lot at school. Like my PE teacher would say, "Oh, you're not gonna, play football." I'd never get picked for the school team or anything. at one point they'd rather have a guy on crutches on the bench. Yeah. So they'd always say to me, "You're not going to play football," and I ended up
You get
having
chance
England
of
trials.
chance of England chance.
So yeah, don't let someone say you can't do
if
anything.
they say can't, remove the T.
Yeah.
Can.
Can't. Can.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, look, thank you for
Thank you for having me.
for taking time to kind of share your story. I mean, yeah, you've come a long way and kind of well done. Thanks for contributing.
Thank you for having me. It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, pleasure. Sweet. Cheers.
Thanks for listening. Pleasure to be on the podcast. Like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll be back on soon. Cheers.